co-founder, Alex Habersham. And we're so excited. We're going to be having our Black Business Expo and a couple other things. And I do want to shout out our board member, Crystal Spellman's on the phone. Let me see who else. Yeah, Crystal's on there, and thank you for your leadership on that. We'll have other board members attending soon. But with this being Black Male Appreciation Month, we're going to highlight our fraternities. They are true servant leaders in our community, and they like to have fun too as well. But but a lot of people don't know all the great work they do or who they are, or how they got started. So since it's Black Male Appreciation Month, I thought this would be perfect. It's going to be 5 weeks that you'll be able to hear from all our male fraternities, and then hopefully in the future we'll be able to work together to empower our youth. We know it's a problem out there. When you belong to something like a fraternity or sorority, it gives you new purpose. And our kids want to belong, and sometimes they join groups that are not as beneficial to them. So with that being said, we are so excited. Kicking this off is Chris Canady. Yes. I've known this young man. I've seen him work for many years, and he gets things done. So I am super stoked to have him participating with the Central Georgia Coalition of Black Businesses. And our co-founder, Alex Habersham, will be joining us, and he's from a fraternity, so he knows the importance. He'll be joining us shortly. But with that being said, Chris Canady, take it away.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Sharice, for that wonderful introduction and this opportunity to be here today. I don't take it lightly. I think it's an amazing idea in honor of celebrating Black men for the month of June to start with our fraternities, because we are long-standing organizations in our community. And I do agree that many people, they see all the fun things that we do, the stepping and the strolling and the partying and yelling, all those things, but they don't always know all the inner workings of just how much our organization truly cares about the community, as well as our goal, which is usually for all of us to serve all mankind. So I am going to share. Sharice, do I have sharing privileges?
Yes, you do.
Okay. I put together a brief presentation today. And if you read my bio, you'll see that I have a marketing background. And so today I decided to tell our story through images, because I think that allows not just myself to recall everything that we've done, but I think it also will help you think of some memories and think of some things that you remember or have experienced with not just Alpha, but also other Black organizations and fraternities, because we truly, really do a lot. So again, my name is Chris Canady. I am currently the chapter president for the Epsilon Beta Lambda chapter, which is seated here in Macon, Georgia. We are an alumni chapter. And so if you don't have any familiarity with how Black Greek letter organizations work, we have college chapters, which I joined through the college chapter Theta Xi at Ball State University in fall of 2015. And when I graduated, I took the full advantage that I was given as a brother to transition to an alumni chapter. And so you will see that our fraternity, we have college chapters and we have alumni chapters all across the United States and internationally as well. So a little bit of Alpha. If you ever want to know the straight to the point history, you can always visit our national website, which is apa1906.net. And if you go there, it should look something like this. That'll allow you to see all the things that we do, like I said, international, all across the country as well. But we were founded in 1906 on the campus of Cornell University by 7 jewels, as we call them. And those young men forged a path as the first intercollegiate Black Greek letter organization ever. And so we were the first, and we wear that title proudly because we like to maintain that first aspect in everything that we do. And so if you can visit our national website. You'll see tons of things happening. We have our general convention coming up, celebrating 119 years as a fraternity. We have many objectives, many programs, but I'll hit on our biggest, what we call our national program. So if you'd like to know what do we rally around and do together, you can go to our about area and you'll see our areas of focus. Okay, and we have four really big national programs that we all of our chapters are required to implement. The first one is our Brothers Keepers program, and so while this is Black Men's Empowerment Month, we've been doing that all along. One of our initiatives is to empower other brothers within our fraternity, and so we rally around and keep and stay together, mainly focusing on our senior brothers who begin aging and need help, and so that's a big pillar for us. The next national program that we focus on is voter engagement. I don't have to spend time explaining to you the importance of this. We see our political climate and we see what we are up against as a people. And so voting is important to us, and you will always see alphas on the front line for voter engagement, getting people out to vote, explaining the process, and also running for office. That is something that we encourage as a brotherhood, and we have countless brothers in our chapter who have served as elected officials and are currently serving as elected officials. Our next big program is Go to High School, Go to College. We help students transition and actually make that decision, not just moving them and sweeping them into a college that they may not be ready for, but helping them understand the importance and the opportunities that they get with secondary and collegiate education. And last but not least, Project Alpha. It's a trademark program that we implemented many years ago, and it's around helping teens understand sexual health, teen pregnancy, dating responsibly, understanding how to prevent sexually transmitted diseases, as well as just understanding their body in the realm of that. And we know there's tons of misinformation and tons of temptations that teenagers go through. And so we like to hit that early and prepare them to make the right decisions. And so that's just a little bit of who we are from the national level. Again, all of our chapters are implementing those programs. And so you've probably seen a flyer or two, or even been a part of an event where those programs were implemented. All right. So who is our local chapter? These 9 men pictured here, unfortunately, have all passed on and are no longer with us in the physical realm, but they are the ones who chartered and forged the path for our local alumni chapter back in 1949. And our chapter was elated to celebrate 75 years of strong and rich history here in Macon, Georgia. And so I'm going to call these men's names, and you may know some of them and you may not. But the first here was Dr. Alonzo Mills Body. The second is Cassandra Sellers. We have here Charles Hutchins. We have on the right Robert J. Williams. On the bottom, we have Mr. William Duvall. Here we have William Bill Hutchings. We have Mr. Willie Odom, and we have Brother Shefstall, Willis Shefstall. And then we have here on the right, we don't have a headshot of him, unfortunately, but it is Frank Hutchings as well. And so these men truly embodied Black excellence at a time where they were up against just, are you even worth anything? So we're talking about these men came about a prominence during segregation, during Jim Crow laws, they could not sit with our white counterparts. They came up during a time where the only way to make a name for themselves was to be excellent. And so I owe where I am today to all of the work that they have put in. And I'll just call out 2 or 3 because I'm sure if you are from Macon or you've been in Macon for a good bit of time, you know what they've done. First being Bill Hutchins and Hutchins Funeral Home, and the work that he did as a school board president. I don't want to misquote correctly, I believe he was the first Black. tons of work. Mr. Robert J. Williams as well. Dr. Williams was huge in the education Bibb County School District. Willie Odom, very big in the medical community here. If you go to Carlisle Place, you'll see his picture and name on the wall. Brother Shefstall, instrumental, started Booker T. Washington Center, served there for, I believe, almost 50 years here in Macon, Georgia. So the list goes on and on and on. And I owe our the excellence that we carry as Black men today to these men here. So a little bit more about what we do is our fraternity house. If you drive down Monroe Street, you will see this house. It's 566 Monroe Street. Fun fact that you may or may not have known, this house was built by a Black man. It was built in 1928. He actually hired a female architect out of Atlanta who helped build this house. Another fun fact is that because it was during a time of segregation, we had to carry those bricks by hand to build the house. And so it was built by a Black man. He was an Omega, but nonetheless, his being a doctor as well in that time was so big. And so our chapter had the opportunity in 1978 to purchase this property from his estate when he passed. And I'm also very proud to say that we've kept it in the Black community. It's been Black owned since its inception. And so in 1978, our fraternity bought the house with the purpose of housing our TRIO program, our federally funded TRIO program, Educational Talent Search. And we've had it there ever since. And if you walk past, now you know a little bit more about this house. But at the current moment, it is not extremely active. We're in the process of working on some renovation plans for it, but our goal is to keep it in the family. And so this is a big pillar of who we are, and we have ran a lot of our programming out of this fraternity house. So I like to say our impact in the community itself began with our debutante cotillion in 1958. This cotillion started as a way for Blacks to socialize. At that time, you know, it was not segregated. And so again, going back to that theme of we forged a path as Black men to give our community an opportunity to not only socialize, but actually begin celebrating Black women. It's something we've been doing as a chapter since 1958. And it was a way to teach, and it has been, I won't say it won't be anymore, but it was a way to help rear and steer young ladies, celebrate, teach as they prepare to enter womanhood. That's important. It's because we see today that Black women are not always celebrated and valued in the way that they should, and are oftentimes overlooked. And so we created a mechanism way before, you know, that was a widespread issue, because at that time all of us as Blacks were not valued, to begin celebrating them. And so we've done that, and we did it also, we evolved it when we reached the 1980s into a scholarship pageant. And it evolved more. It began that way in the beginning, but it evolved more. And so we're hoping, we haven't done a cotillion since 2017. It is our goal to bring it back. We're working on some structures to try to do that properly in today's day and age. And so I get tons of calls and interest about when is it coming back, or I was in it and oh my gosh, it did this for me, it did that for me. So we understand the importance of it, and it is our goal to bring it back, and I hope to do that under my presidency. The next initiative that is a pillar of our chapter is Educational Talent Search. It is a federally funded TRIO program. And if you're watching the news today, we know that our current presidential administration is trying to cut this funding, which is not something that we want to see happen, with a program that we started in 1978 with the goal of uplifting first generation students, all right, primarily Black and brown students who do not come from a household of parents who attended a college. And so we started this grant to pour federal funds into our local community, and we expanded it in 2021 to 3 additional counties. So now we don't just serve this county, we serve Baldwin County, we serve Lawrence County, and I believe we also serve Jones County. And so Alpha Men, as you can see here, Brother Maddox and formerly Brother Dr. Jackson, before he moved on to another aspect of Trio, they worked full-time jobs day in and day out through this program, helping students, and we've helped thousands of students over the last almost, my math is correctly, over 50 years, 1978. And so talk to your legislators. This can't go away. Talk to your legislators. We need to keep the funding here. It's done too much for our community, and we cannot let it go. And if God forbid we do lose it, then we as a community have to come together to continue this programming. We as Alphas, we don't try to do it all ourselves. Obviously, we tapped into a federal resource to bring this here, and so we have to stick together. Should we lose this funding? I talked about voter. You're going to see Alphas everywhere. One of our big initiatives is voter engagement. And so you will see us at the polls teaching you how to go vote, where to go vote. You'll see us participating in the protest, right? We may not have on an Alpha shirt, but you'll know our face. You will see us at the Capitol. We take our mentees to the Capitol annually. We have an Alpha Day at the Capitol as a statewide initiative every year in February. We are there at the Capitol talking and discussing what initiatives do we need to be advocating for that we're seeing as Alphas as we're involved in our community. Voting is huge. There's an election taking place right now in this county, if you didn't know. And so you should be engaged, and it is our job as Black men to help you stay engaged. And so that's a huge initiative of ours. And like I said, you're going to see us in public offices. You're going to see us on the school board. You're going to see us leading the school district. You're going to see us principals in the school, right? So it's not just voter engagement. We're also civically engaged as a whole, leading the board of election. We step up and we take action, which means if you don't know something, call us, ask an Alpha, and if they don't know, we will get you an answer. But voting is very, very big. And that's something that's near and dear to our heart, because at the end of the day, some Black person, can't call every name, died for this right. They died for this right to vote. And so we count it as our duty to always exercise that right. Young Black men, right? We understand that young Black men are our future. And if we have built a certain level of excellence, we have to pour that back in. And so we relaunched actually our high school male mentorship program in 2023. And we took some strategic time between maybe 5 to 7 years prior to that to revamp this program. It's not something that we haven't just doing at all. We've always been mentoring and bringing young students along to our other individual events, but we wanted a small cohort that we could hone and craft. And so we partnered with Southwest High School, where one of our own brothers, Bernard Young, is the principal there. And we have partnered to work with 15 young males per year to rear them up, to expose them. We have 3 to 4 pillars, which we look at exposure, social exposure in the community, post-secondary education preparation, and life skills, right? So those are the 3 areas that we're focusing on with them. And so some things that we've done recently, the most recent activity is we watched our first 2 of this cohort that we've had graduate from high school. And they're both getting ready to go on to Clark Atlanta University. But we've also, this year, we took our students on a Nashville, Tennessee HBCU college tour. In the fall of 2024, we took them on an Alabama Civil Rights Trail tour, where they visited the Edmund Pettus Bridge, as you can see here, learned the significance of Bloody Sunday, visited the 16th Street Baptist Church, where they learned about the 4 little girls that died in the bombing of the church. We exposed them to their history, because unfortunately it's just not being taught at the level that I was taught in school. And so we want to protect that. We take our on leadership summit in Savannah. Tons of activities. And so I'm sure the question is going to be, can you take my son? I need my son to get in. Unfortunately, right now, if they're not at Southwest High School, we cannot accept them. We have not expanded it yet because we want to protect and we know how important and how serious it is to be able to mentor. And so we cannot spread ourselves thin, but just know that it is on the way. It is our goal to continue growing, hopefully in the next 2 to 3 years, expand beyond Southwest. But at the moment, we're only partnered with Southwest High School so that we can protect the integrity of the program. Scholarships, one of our aims. That's just who we are, right? In our mission statement, academic excellence. And so we want to empower other students to do the same. We've given away, I'd be safe to say, probably close to $100,000+ in our chapter history in scholarship dollars. This year alone, we were able to give away a little over $10,000 to local Middle Georgians, students who are graduating out of Bibb and Houston County. I think we're our two recipients this year. And we forged a new partnership. We had a conversation with Mid-South Credit Union, who was interested in furthering our mission. And I was thankful that the president of the credit union, Roy Bibb, bought into what we were trying to accomplish in our 75th year, and that was to create an ongoing scholarship so that not only do we award a student one time, we can award them money all 4 years. And so we were able to award our first ever inaugural annual scholarship with Mid-South Community Credit Union to a young Black woman this year who's going on to Georgia Southern to study geriatric nursing, a $2,500 scholarship. And so when we say we are about scholarship, we're looking for ways to constantly advance that. And during my tenure as president, I accomplished the goal with establishing an ongoing scholarship, because we know if you've been to school, that one-time check is never enough. And we've been doing this, again, many, many years, but our scholarship season opens every January and it closes in March. And so we give our students 2 months to apply to scholarships. So if you're looking for if you have a high school senior coming up in the fall, or if you have a college freshman coming up in the fall, we have scholarships for both of them. And so be on the lookout in January of 2026. We will launch our scholarship. Follow us on social media. You will see it. And we always send it out to all of the counselors. But we will be doing more and more promotion as we can. We began implementing some more social media advertising this year, and it really well. And so our goal is not to hoard this information. Even at the NPHC, we're working on some initiatives to make sure that there's one central place for all scholarships that our fraternities and sororities implement, for your students to be able to access those. And so if you have any questions, feel free to contact me, but just know every year we give away scholarship dollars to high school seniors and college freshmen. They do have some county resident requirements, but it will range within, it's usually Bibb, Jones, Houston, and Baldwin counties for now. Community service. You're going to see us. We do several initiatives every year. Our big initiative that we do during the MLK season, because Dr. King was a brother of our fraternity, is the MLK hot chocolate stand. So, we love to think of ideas that are unique, and we've been doing this at the annual Make an MLK March that happens, serving hot chocolate to the community on a cold day. Now, more recently, it hasn't been that cold, but hey, we still do it anyway. We are always doing Thanksgiving and Christmas projects where we seek out families who are in need, and give resources during that time. And we don't publicize those things, but just know if you ever have a need during the holiday season, you can call on the Macon office. We were there in the beginning of the launch of the Brookdale Resource Center. At that time, it was the warming center. But we were there in the first beginning months, providing washer and dryer for the facility, serving meals for the facility in those early days, being the first out there helping. We've been sponsoring Teacher Appreciation Day at Southwest High School, which is the high school that we have adopted over the last almost 20 years. And so we're there celebrating our teachers, giving away gifts during Christmas time, bags during Thanksgiving time, and resources. I can go on and on. But if you have a need, call an alpha. I can feel confident to say that whatever resource you are in need of, or a partnership, or a connection, or a understanding of this, or a question, call us. We are spread all throughout the community. You'll learn that our chapter is very diverse. So we're in education, we're in business, we're in real estate, we're in law. Call us, and that's with all the fraternities, right? We're all that's the beauty of the fraternity is we have a melting pot of men coming together, and that it Black men at that. And then our back to school bash, another initiative that's huge. We're planning for it right now. In the previous years, we've normally done just a widespread one, but during my presidency, I like to focus on how can we make the highest impact. And so one of the ways, and we made a pivot last year to partnering with a single school just to see how that would go. And we partnered with McKibben Lane last year, and it went excellent. So we're looking to continue that this year with the new school partnership. So put your name on the list. We don't have a preference in who we partner with. We're looking for the need. And we try to find where our brothers, of course, are already stationed, and target that area first just to support our brotherhood and their teaching efforts. But if you like us to sponsor a school in the future, then contact me about that. We'll be glad to take that into consideration. And hopefully, as our resources continue to grow, we can open it back up to the wide public. But we are looking again this year. It'll take place in sometime late July to have another back to school bash. And you can see some pictures here of past bash. We've partnered with Bibb County Sheriff's Department before to do this. And so again, we don't do it alone. We find other resources. So if you have resources that you'd like to partner with us to just kind of amplify your work that you're doing, we're open to that. Well, we do this every year, and we love celebrating our students, and more importantly, our teachers, because they are the backbone of education. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That's all that I have today. I hope that I've said something that has sparked, your understanding of just what we do and how we celebrate our community as a Black fraternity. And the work is not going to stop. It's just going to keep going. We've got some more irons in the fire coming. I am glad to continue on as president for a second term for 2 more years, and so you'll see my face all around leading this chapter, and hopefully making more of an impact in the Macon community. So thank you to Central Georgia Coalition of Black Businesses. You all are doing excellent work, and I'm excited to continue our partnership.
Chris, that was amazing. And just some point of personal privilege, I was Miss Black and Gold in college.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Just to let you know that. But let me let our board chair and co-founder, Alex Habersham, say a few words to Chris. Mr. Alex?
Good morning, Chris.
Hello, Habersham.
Yes, sir. Man, you missed your call and you got that melodious voice. I was thinking I was listening to a disc jockey this morning. I hadn't, we've had conversation, but I hadn't heard you talking this kind of situation. But man, you did a great job, and
thank you.
You got a voice for presentation. So congratulations on that.
And thank you so much.
Congratulations to the Brothers of Apple and all the good things that you all do. And, it really warms my heart, for the fraternity Greek organizations, to kind of present, because a lot of people still don't know and understand the impact. And we're going to do something additional, with this information that, just to get it out to the public, to let the public know the impact of the Black sororities and fraternities. So we really appreciate. I guess it's proper that since you all were the first, which you emphasized, that,
yes, sir,
that you're the first fraternity to come on. So we really appreciate it. Congratulations to you, your chapter, and your brothers for all the good things that you all are doing in this community. And we do have some initiatives coming up. We're going to have an expo in August, and we're doing other things trying to also impact the community, particularly from an economic perspective. So we'll be in touch, and maybe we can partner on some of our initiatives. But we really appreciate it, and you did an outstanding job. You know, I start to interrupt you and say, hey man, do you sing? You know what I'm saying? But
Can you sing, Chris?
Yeah, here and there. I do
Yeah,
here and
yeah,
there.
I
Yeah.
yeah.
figured, I
I
figured.
don't, Ms. Harrison, I don't share everything in the first in the first meeting, but now that you say that, yes, I have I was planning to go into news and media, but I wanted to make money a little quicker, so I went into sales instead.
Oh,
Yeah.
outstanding, outstanding.
Well,
Okay,
just to let you know, Chris, your frat brother, Dr. Kim Blair, is actually helping us with our pre-expo celebration. So we're excited about
Awesome.
that. And as you heard from the GOAT, Alex Habersham, our Black Business Expo is in August, which is Black Business Month. It's the 8th, 9th, and 10th. We definitely want to have our fraternity and sororities participate. So you were talking about some of your programming and maybe a good opportunity to do outreach during that time.
Yes,
So
for
we would
sure.
definitely want to welcome you. It's the pre-celebration on the 8th. The 9th is the expo, and then our family fun day at Henderson Stadium will be on that Sunday. And if you guys want to get out there, alumni chapter and step, we'd love to see that too now. But we do have time for one question. Do anybody have any questions for Chris? We have time for one question.
I do. Good morning, everyone.
Good
Um,
morning.
do you guys partner with other nonprofits in the area to do like the backpack giveaways and things of that nature? And how can we contact your chapter?
Yes, so the best way to contact us is to email. Our email is E as in Edward, B as in ball, L as in Larry, at maconalphas.org, and I'll put it in the chat. I would say just go ahead and email us. We can discuss how what a partnership could look like. It's typically based on just what the need is and the initiative that you're looking to accomplish. But yeah, we're always open for sure.
That sounds good. And I think someone had a question in there and it was similar, just how to contact you guys. So just use that email he just put in the chat to follow up.
I'm also
Oh,
going to put our Facebook page link as well. That's the best way to follow what we do and when we do it. I'm going to put that in here. Yeah, so that you can follow us on Facebook. I'm going to put the link. Computer's running a little slow, but let's see. Yeah, it's a Macon, facebook.com/MaconAlphas1906. Put that here. Yeah, so follow us on Facebook. You can also follow us on Instagram at Macon Alphas. We try to do our best to post as many of our community events through our social media. Our website is getting ready to undergo a revamp, but you can visit our website, maconalphas.org,
okay.
to just kind of store that as well. We're looking to build out a event tab there.
So Chris has put the links in the chat. Please feel free to copy and paste to save that information. Again, thank you, Chris, for everything. Thank you for kicking off this important month. I see and just we need to appreciate our males and things that we can do. A lot of I was saying I saw Greg Brown. Excited to see him. He'll probably be presenting to us, but we do have predominantly women in our coalition, and we need to be more supportive of our males and get more of our male small business owners included, because the only way we're going to be able to make it is together. So
Yeah,
with
sure.
that
I would
being,
love to look at how we can do something maybe one-on-one with our chapter. We have several business owners, myself included, in our chapter. So yes, let's continue that conversation for sure.
and then the last little thing here, we're going to let everybody go. We're running about a couple minutes over, but Chris, you were just so intriguing. We just had to let it go as it go. But our business mixer for next week, with the help of our GOAT, Alex Habersham, will be at the new duck pen, with Dr. Ellis. We're so excited
Who
to,
is a brother
who is a,
of Alpha.
okay. And to kick off June with this male appreciation with him and his new adventure. He owns a Barefoot Tavern. He's a doctor. He is a true Renaissance man. So we are super excited. Alice, you want to say anything about the mixer?
Yeah, it's called the Social Duck.
Yeah,
And
Social
it's
Duck.
on Second Street, very, very close to Oliver's. I think it's 446, but I can't repeat. Beatrice may know the address because I texted last night. But we expect to have a good time and a big time, and it's gonna be probably gonna kind of help him celebrate his grand opening. And he was very gracious, to let us do our mixer. But it's called Duck Bowl, where you bowl with the small pins, but it's a new facility. He has put it together. He is truly an entrepreneurial alpha, because he's done a lot of initiatives, a lot of projects, and he's a nephrologist. But we want to support him. It's a downtown business and it's a black business. So 476 Second Street. Thank you, Beatrice. So Chris, you are invited. You can invite your other brothers, to come because it's going to be
Yes.
open, but we just want to try to, and we have to do this as a community. Not only is the president trying to hurt the trio, but other things. So what we're going to have to do as a community is come together economically and support each other. And I think that will help to defray some of the pain of the money being taken away. So, we'll definitely get together, but we want to invite everybody to come out and help us celebrate the Men's Month. And thank you so much again, Chris, for
You're welcome.
man. Next time you do a solo, I want to come hear you, man. You know what I'm saying? You got
Few
that
and far
voice.
between now,
Yeah, I
but
know
I'll let you
that.
know.
I know. I understand
Well,
that. But that's all.
he'll put you on the spot.